a lot of money, so the consultant Audrey and I at the time were able to chip in and help with the veil, and it was so special, and they were so grateful and gracious. And unfortunately, though, a short while after the wedding, he passed away. And I mean, stories like that you don't forget.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, they stay with you for a lifetime.
Y sin embargo, la historia de amor queda y perdura, aunque las personas, aunque eso ya de alguna manera materialmente o en la vida ya no existan. Randy, gracias por estar con nosotros. Tenemos que ir a la primera pausa comercial. El tiempo aquí vuela, pero hoy está con nosotros Randy Fenoli en un show con Tuti. Ha venido a Guatemala y ha tenido una exitosa jornada, afortunadamente, visitando, haciendo varias cosas muy lindas que ya nos contará más adelante además. Vamos a la pausa y volvemos. Estamos de vuelta en un show con Tuti, hoy junto a Randy Fenoli, que ha venido a Guatemala y es un placer tenerte con nosotros, de verdad. ¿Cómo te disfruto? Tienes una linda energía, me encanta.
Thank you. Thank you. You too.
Gracias.
You too.
Qué lindo. Randy, tú te gusta decir, o dentro de estas frases y filosofías que has compartido a través de redes sociales o a través de tus programas, está que todos somos una hoja en blanco. ¿Por qué te gusta pensar esto?
That you mean that we create our lives? Yeah, I say that a lot, that I think that our lives are like a book that is filled with blank pages, and we hold the pen. And we create our lives every single day by the choices we make. You know, you want to be healthier, then maybe you want to eat a little healthier, maybe work out. You want to get a promotion at work, maybe you work a little harder or do a little bit more studying. Anything you want in life you can achieve if you just create it yourself. So I believe in, you know, creating your life the way you want it to be and not letting that power go, because it is within your power to create what you want.
Ahora te pregunto, ¿el libro de Randy Fenoli, las hojas que ya tiene ese libro, te gusta?
You know what? I actually wrote that book myself. and I don't like to read or write. And I had a ghostwriter in the beginning, and she was not getting it. And I took her entire manuscript and threw it in the trash and paid her off and said, I will write this. And so I really feel good about it because I wrote it, and because I didn't want to put models in the book. I wanted to use real brides in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s from size 2 to size 22, and show that no matter what size, shape, or age that you are, or ethnicity, that every bride can look beautiful with the right hair, makeup, gown, and everything. And I feel like it's a great success. I'm very proud of it. I really am.
Qué bueno. Hay momentos, hay personas, hay cosas en la vida de cualquier persona que nos van marcando, que de alguna manera significan algo para nosotros. Y nosotros quisimos, a través de algunas fotografías, mostrártelas para ver si algo te recuerdan, si algo hace que se despierte en ti.
Oh gosh, okay.
Okay, vamos a ver la primera foto.
I'm afraid what you're going to show. These are G-rated photos, right?
Sí se pueden ver, son públicas. A ver, esta es la primera.
Oh, cows. Oh my gosh. I can tell you. I was born and raised on a farm.
Sí.
And I hated those cows.
I know.
I hated those cows.
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué?
Because they're always getting out, and we get calls at 3 o'clock in the morning from the neighbors saying, could you get your cows out of our yard? And as kids, we really raised the cows. I mean, we took care of them. We built the fences, and I was kind of in the house more than my brothers, but every once in a while, going out in like 40-degree below weather and breaking the ice so they could, you know, drink, and the sledgehammer weighed more than me. So I started sewing dresses for my mother at 9 years old, because that got me out of the fields and in the house, okay? Anything to get away from those. All I have to say is 2 words: eat beef. Okay?
Vamos con la siguiente fotografía.
Oh, this is my mother, and let me just say, my mother is 92 years old.
¿De verdad?
And she is absolutely spot on, sharp as a tack, drives every day. She won't hang out with old people, as she calls them. She's a spitfire. She has all of her faculties with her, and she's just an amazing, positive woman. And I have to say that she instilled a lot of really good things in me as a child and let me really blossom and be myself. So I have so much love and respect for my mother. I really do.
¿Cuál es la frase o la lección que más te queda o que más aplicas o tienes contigo de tu mamá?
I think it's that she allowed me to be myself and that she embraced every time I wanted to do something. Like I took the baling twine off the bales of hay for those cows and I started making macrame. And so she went and bought me jute. And I started selling macrame plant holders as a kid. And I would cook and she would get me cookbooks and I would start to sew and she would get me patterns to sew. So anything that I was interested in, she always supported. And I felt like that was such a wonderful thing for her to be so supportive of me.
Claro, sobre todo porque no es fácil a veces cuando crecemos en un ambiente, tú nos decías que creciste en una granja, a veces se espera de ti que vayas a ser granjero, ¿cierto? Y te fuiste por otro lado, completamente diferente.
Well, what you have to realize though is that my parents weren't farmers, okay? My father was actually a lieutenant colonel in the Air Force, and my mother was an Army nurse, and then she became a home health nurse and a registered nurse. So they weren't really farmers, they just retired on the farm and bought all these cows. And I was like, what? You know, I was born with all these cows, but it wasn't like we were farmers. But and that's why I think they instilled with us the fact that they said, as a child, they always said, you can do and be anything you want in life. If you want to be president of the United States, you can be president. All you have to do is study history and politics and go to school and do it. So they really instilled that belief that we could do anything we wanted.
Qué importante.
And it was interesting as a child, you know, we were raised Catholic. And as a little boy, I went to my mother and I said, Mom, I have a question. I said, I'm Catholic because you and Dad are Catholic, right? And she goes, yes. And I said, but if you'd been Baptist or Protestant or Jewish, then I'd have been that, right? And she goes, okay, like where's this going, right? And I said, well, I didn't have a choice, so I want to choose. And she goes, okay. And I said, well, this shows you how young I was. I said, I want to be Buddhist, which isn't a religion, it's a philosophy. But as a kid, I knew that they loved all peoples and all religions and were accepting. So, but she said, well, honey, as long as you believe in something, then that makes me happy.
Qué sabia
That was my mother.
tu mamá. How wise.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Otra fotografía.
Yes.
Qué lindas historias. ¿Quiénes son ellos?
Oh, this is Brooke Shields, and this is somebody from FIT that was being honored. And this was actually probably, I have to say, one of the greatest moments of my life, and which a lot of people don't even know about. I was given, the president of FIT gave me the President's Award kind of for lifetime achievement. And at 51 years old, I mean, I'm on my 8th career and I'm just beginning, you know? I feel like I'm just starting out in life, and so to receive an award like this for lifetime achievement or whatever, President's Award, was such an honor and a gift, and I felt so humbled and blessed by it. So it's very special to me, a very special moment.
Muy merecido, de verdad. Felicitaciones. ¿A quién tenemos aquí?
Thank you. Oh my gosh, the love of my life. You have just crushed me. I will cry over this. This is my boy, Chewy.
Chewy, sí.
And he is absolutely, I think, of course, we all think this, but I think he's absolutely the sweetest dog on the planet. He just wants to love you and be loved, and he's so well behaved. And when he travels with me on the plane, he sits right beside me, and he never begs for people food, and he's just such a sweet lover boy. When people come over, he just wants to kiss on them, and he goes right into your ear until, you know, it's like, okay, Chewy, enough. You've reached my brain, you know. He's such a sweet boy, and that's the love of my life. He
¿Hace
really
cuánto
is.
tiempo estás con Chewy? ¿Hace cuánto
I've
tiempo?
had Chewy, he's got 3.5 years now, I think. Yeah. I think either 2.5 or 3.5. I'm lost now. I just gave him a birthday, so I think it's his, 2.5, I think.
¿Y
Yeah,
es
2.5 years.
primer perro que te acompaña? ¿O ya habías tenido antes?
No, I had another dog before, the first love of my life, Maggie, and she passed away when she was 15. She had bladder cancer, and I told myself I'll never get another dog because it crushed me so badly.
Sí.
But then after a few months, I said, she brought me so much happiness. Why wouldn't I want that in my life again? So I went and got Chewy, and he's even made me happier, if that's possible. I don't know, I just want to eat him up. I do, I just love him. And everyone that comes to my house, they want to steal him. And I'm like, no, he's my dog. You're not getting him. But he's my baby, he's my baby.
Qué lindo, porque lo notamos en tus fotos de perfil, de Facebook, de Twitter, de Instagram, por todos lados. A ver, otra fotografía. ¿Quiénes están allí?
Oh, this is me and my 2 bigger brothers. Now, I come from the last of 7 children, the last of 6 boys and 1 girl. So these are the 2 brothers that I'm closest to in age and in affection, really, that I'm really close to them. My biggest brother there is actually my executive assistant now. He just started on with me, and he was always my protector when I was growing up. And it's really nice that, my brother that's right next to me, he became a full Army colonel. And my other brother was an engineer. And I go off into fashion and hairdressing and everything else. So we really didn't have a lot to talk about or anything that really brought us together. But now at this age of our lives, we're back together, and it's kind of like the Three Musketeers again. And it's really nice. It's really nice at this age to be able to be that close again with my brothers.
¿Te ha ayudado ver la dinámica de las familias a través de tu programa y del trabajo que tú haces, mejorar o entender mejor la dinámica de tu familia?
Definitely. I think by seeing other families and watching the dynamics and watching how there was a bride on the pedestal once and a father, and he was marrying someone else, and they were both trying on dresses, and he was totally ignoring his daughter and totally wanting to jump in bed with his new fiance, saying, "Oh, honey, you're so sexy, you're so beautiful, let's just skip to the honeymoon." And his daughter stood up there and said, "What about me, Daddy?" I thought I was going to cry. It was so horrific that he totally didn't even realize how badly he had hurt her, and that he was clueless. He really was. It was sad. So I've tried to learn from watching what is going on and try to take home some of that knowledge. I'm still working on it, still a work in progress. It always is.
Y creo que es lo que nos ayuda a los televidentes que vemos tu programa también a entender y a poner más atención a nuestra familia, porque son un tesoro que tenemos. Si nos haya tocado, la que nos haya tocado es porque nos tocó la perfecta para nosotros ser mejores personas. Eso es lo que creo yo. Pero damos vuelta a la página y ahora vamos a otra dinámica. Se ha hablado mucho de, sí, efectivamente, el día de la boda es un día muy especial y se acostumbra a ir de blanco. Sin embargo, alrededor del mundo hemos encontrado ya nuevas tendencias de vestidos no tradicionales. Y quiero mostrarte algunos de ellos para que me digas tú qué opinas de ellos. Fuera de lo normal, completamente. ¿Te parece? Vamos a verlos entonces. A ver.
You know what? For me, always, I want the bride to be the focal point and her beauty to shine. I don't want anything to take away from her beauty. For me, that first dress was just like a big bubble around her, and I focused on that instead of her beauty. So, yeah.
No,
for me.
Yo tampoco.
No for me.
Otro color. Veamos, este púrpura, morado.
Yeah, you know what? I think this is beautiful. I wouldn't necessarily call it a wedding dress, but she looks gorgeous in it, and it's very formal, and it's maybe she's someone that maybe this color means something to her and her fiance. Maybe it has a special meaning. So I can't speak to this. All I can say is that it fits her beautifully. It's grand, it's elegant, it's timeless. It's very kind of 1950s. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up.
Muy bien, vamos a ver otro.
You know what? The first thing I see are like polka dots of black.
Sí, como un
thrown at
dálmata,
it.
¿no?
Looks like a Dalmatian puppy, you know, right? Once again, I always want the bride to be the painting and the dress just to be the frame. She's the work of art, and it needs to highlight. If she's got blue eyes that sparkle, I want to see a bit of crystal earring or maybe some sparkle around her neckline. If she's got a beautiful shoulders, I want her to show them off. If she's got a figure, then let's highlight that figure. I think that her beauty should always shine and not the dress. The dress is just the frame. Right?
Qué lindo, pero a veces se nos olvida. Este me llamó la atención, es un vestido de novia, pero es negro.
I am not first of all, I'm not a huge fan of colored wedding dresses, because once you put a dress in a color, it's called evening wear, right?
Sí.
I mean, what makes it bridal is that it's white and you're wearing a veil.
Sí.
So and I think that for me, black, for me, I'm more of a traditionalist. I prefer white at weddings or soft pastels that look good with your skin tone. But for me, black is kind of foreboding, and it kind of reminds me of a funeral. So for me, if I were to go to a wedding and see a black wedding dress, it would give me that really weird feeling. How about you?
También. A mí me gusta más lo blanquito, lo clarito.
Yeah.
Sí, esto me parece que...
Yeah, it makes you happy.
Sí.
Black makes me depressed and sad, like somebody died, right?
Sí, en negro sí, de verdad no, ese sí no, tampoco no me gusta. Tengo una última pregunta de una de las personas que nos escribieron, y esta la sacamos del ejercicio de la tómbola, porque nos preguntaba justamente, ¿qué opinas tú de los vestidos cortos para boda?
I think